Has Stalker 2 DLC testing begun? Engine update coming soon? Hello everyone, Dedkaf here. Today we will break down the new rumors and details surrounding the engine update and DLC, discuss when to expect a fresh trailer for the story expansion, and of course we won't forget about other important news from recent times. For the last few days I've been actively preparing a massive video for you and wasn't planning on releasing any news videos at all. But some rumors popped up that simply forced me to turn on the mic. Has the engine update testing finally begun? We don't know exactly when the test started, but are we really about to see the biggest and most anticipated update for Stalker 2 right now? That very patch that will fix Lumen, bring optimization, proper alive and new faces for characters? And it turns out that in the block control room teaser, they really did smear the DLC release date in blood on the table, 31/06, and who cares that June only has 30 days? So the story expansion is coming out in just a month. Unfortunately, all of this is absolute schizo nonsense. While some are looking for proof that the leaked screenshots aren't fake and are examining a keyboard in the photo under a magnifying glass, noting it looks like the limited edition Vigor GK41 supposedly belonging to one of the developers, we are now welcoming that very May 12th. And, as you can see, no miracle happened, there is no engine update and no DLC, and all these loud photo leaks were generated by regular AI. Let's quickly break down these frames. On the left, I placed a 100% AI generation, and on the right, the supposedly leaked frame. This is also AI generation. The presence of three identical elements as if a stamp tool was used in Photoshop, as well as the different design of the update description block, easily and simply destroys the hopes of gullible fans. Overall, they guessed the menu right, and perhaps this is exactly what we will have instead of the usual camp at the elevator. And as for the closed test of the engine update, it's probably just someone's fake news too. What do you think? Recently, the community manager stated plainly that they are indeed working on updating the engine to Unreal Engine 5.5.4, but the developers are still not ready to share release dates. Moreover, GSC has started gradually publishing a few pages of the English version of the Stalker 2 Almanac on Discord. So the DLC definitely won't come out until the entire Almanac is shown to the audience. It's worth noting that overall, the new Almanac and cards have done a great job of surpassing the anomalies and mistakes of past artbooks. For example, that same Thief placeholder in X7. Alright, since we've already started, let's break down the latest news. Remember the interactive map for Stalker 2 from Stalker 2 The Week that I showed in one of my older videos? Well, the long-awaited release of the full Stalker 2 Wikipedia recently took place. Stalker 2 wiki is constantly evolving, and next week it's getting another massive update. But even now they've added cool features like a free Stalker roulette and Almanac cards. If you couldn't complete your card collection due to the early termination of the ATB collaboration, you can now collect a digital one. By the way, speaking of the ATB collaboration, unfortunately it ended prematurely, as I already mentioned. ATB removes the promo materials, and pre-orders for the additional second and third print runs of the almanacs are closed. The deliveries themselves are expected in June-July, and the total print run will be 100,000 units. But that's not all, there is some good news. Despite the official announcement that the cards will no longer be printed, ATB still decided to release a second print run. However, with one but, it will only come out at the end of June. It would be perfect to release the DLC during this period, but one might have nothing to do with the other, so we wait. Meanwhile, modders are dreaming of the engine update and new phases of the Zone Kit tools to create large and complex modifications. Just imagine a companion mod that lets you take followers on dangerous raids. A full-fledged fishing simulator. Boats for fast water travel. Or an alive expansion with real faction patrols added. But while we wait for this massive toolkit, a few extremely interesting modifications have already been released at this very moment. First, a Minimap mod through a stylish arc glasses system from the global point of no return modification. They have 3 upgrade levels. The basic Pilgrim simply shows the map, Visor additionally marks enemies and mutants, and the top tier eye also detects anomalous activity. And only the top version has shielding so it doesn't glitch near Electros. All of this is installed right into the device or NVG slot. Secondly, a mod for new quest from Greshny Echoes of Reality. It adds 5 new tasks in different locations, including Yantar and the Red Forest. The mod is currently in alpha and has no voice acting, and the rewards will be balanced, but the main thing is you don't even need to start a new game for it. And if you have already completed the main story but don't want to leave the zone, install the Curator modification. It adds a full storyline with new tasks right into freeplay mode. A great reason to dust off your endgame gear. And on top of that, a new version of the topographic map came out, and most importantly, a mod that finally removes the bugged white-grey hair on characters in cutscenes. There hasn't been an official fix for several patches now, and while we wait for the engine update, this mod will serve as a perfect temporary solution. I have already dropped all the detailed information, technical installation nuances, compatibility and download links for all these mods into my Telegram channel. Follow the link in the description, there is a lot of useful stuff there. When should we expect a new trailer and major details about the DLC, considering the developers promised a month ago that they would appear soon? Most likely at the upcoming major gaming presentations that will take place early next month. June 5th, Summer Game Fest. June 6th, Future Games Show. June 7th, Xbox Games Showcase 2026 and PC Gaming Show. I think we should expect the new Cost of Hope trailer at one of these events. Let me remind you, they brought a demo version of Stalker 2 to Summer Game Fest 2024, and the Time of Opportunities trailer was shown at the Xbox presentation, so we wait for June and really hope that the trailer will be shown without any delays to the fall. And finally, a relatively recent article came out, and in this bucket of water it was mentioned that the current situation with the war in Ukraine will be reflected in the DLC. It's hard to comment right now on what exactly Evgen and Maria Grigorovich meant, so we are waiting to see what exactly they will adapt that could relate to the war. I assume they mean the drive for freedom and the price that must be paid in the struggle for it. It's not for nothing that the DLC was renamed. Or maybe it's much simpler and they mean the increasingly difficult working conditions for the development. The CNPP appeared in CS2 earlier than in Stalker 2. Ironic. Well, for now, filter the rumors, save your nerves and wait for proper news in June. This was Dedkaf, we'll hear each other again very soon.